How you doing, Sam?
Good, mate. You?
Not bad. Thank you for taking your time to speak to us. I know you're a busy man in the bubble. How's things going there?
Yeah, all good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, all good. Before I want to speak about Marku, let's talk about the big news today. The WBO have finally announced that Joyce is going to be fighting Usyk for the interim title.
Have
Is
they?
it apparently it's breaking news online? I don't know if it's official.
Have they?
It's all over Twitter.
You reading Michael Benson's tweets?
That's it. Yeah. Is there any news to that? But how, just in case, even if it's not, how good would it be to get this over the hurdle and finally get this fight done? Because basically, for yourself and as a boxing fan, and for us boxing fans, we get to see Usyk versus Joyce, which is going to be an amazing fight. And obviously, it brings closer to Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, look, that's the fight that Joe's working for now, but nothing's done yet. Nothing's done yet. But Joe is in camp for Usyk.
Just in case, you know, this deal falls through and it doesn't happen, is there a plan B for Joe?
No, not right now. Not right now.
Nothing at all.
We're solely concentrated on Usyk.
Perfect. Solomon Dacres, obviously, it's been 2 weeks since that interview with Coogan. I spoke to Chris Lovejoy on Saturday. He said apparently he spoke to Eddie 2 days after. He apparently repeated that it may look like May 4th. Is there plan B for Solomon? Is there another?
Yeah. Solomon's scheduled to fight Danny Whittaker. Danny Whittaker's had a lot of notice for the fight, so he's got no excuses. He'll have no excuses. He's not being like when he fought David Adley. I think he had 2 weeks' notice, a week's notice. We're giving him a lot of copy each other's. Yeah. Did you like that analogy down there? Yeah. Solomon's going to fight Danny Whittaker. Look, we'll fight Solomon. We'll fight Christopher Lovejoy, no problem. But I don't think Chris is serious, if I'm honest. I don't think Chris is serious, so we'll see.
Do you think, because I don't know if you've seen the interview or not, but he basically went from Dacres and then all of a sudden said he's been speaking to Eddie about Babbage. So do you think that's it? Solomon's not really in his plans anymore. He's more focused on the Babbage.
We'll see. Babbage is, I think, out at the moment. Like, Sol's got a trajectory that I've already presented to Matchroom, and like, there's no easy fights for Sol. Do you know what I mean? There's no because we're not in it. Like, Sol's 27. He's not like Johnny Fisher. Is 21 years old. He's very raw. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to take it very slow. But Sol's a bit different. Sol's got GB pedigree behind him, so we can move that little bit quicker.
Yeah, because we've never seen anyone make his pro debut. At first, I think you guys called out Babbage. Then obviously you guys found that he was injured. And I think it was like, I think you put a tweet out and said he'll fight Trevor Bryan tomorrow. And then it went to...
No, what I said is that realistically, he's not going to fight Trevor Bryan. But I'm saying that Sol would beat him. Do you know what I mean? I think I think all of my heavyweights, every single one of them would beat Trevor Bryan. Every single one of them. That's just my opinion. I think he looked like,
yeah. He was out of the ring for 21 months as well.
Yeah. He had his gut was hanging over his waistband. He looked horrible. Do you know what I mean? And he was fighting Bermain Stiverne. And Bermain Stiverne was probably winning the fight for the first few rounds. It was horrible to watch. So I was just being honest. I just said that any of the heavyweights would beat him.
Hopefully, you know, after the Whittaker fight, obviously we move on after that and we get bigger names for Sol, because you got to admire his guts to call out. Even though, look, you guys made it clear, obviously, Lovejoy, 19 opponents, they're unknown, but he's still a dangerous opponent. 19 KOs is you know, that's a serious opponent for someone making his pro debut. But like you said, he's got GP pedigree. You know, he's got experience sparring Joe. He's got experience sparring AJ. So you got to admire the guy's guts for.
Sol's polished. Should have been like he's got a lot to learn in the pro game, but he's fought in the World Series of Boxing. He's 27. He's not a baby. Do you know what I mean? And he's ready. There's no point me starting Soul off at a very low level, because when you've been boxing at this level, all the sparring, he's been like sparring backwards and forwards with Fraser Clark. It's going to internationally sparring the top guys in all international countries. You're not going to keep him there and then bring him down here, because it would just bring him down. We want to bring him up. So he won't have Danny Whittaker. I'm expecting the best version of Danny Whittaker we've ever seen, because he's had a full 2 months training camp, over 2 months training camp. So there's no excuses.
Because obviously Soul is going straight into the deep end with this, with better opponents than, you know, the typical person who's making his debut, a few journeymen and then a few bigger names after that. Is it safe to say that the plan for Soul is not to do the typical Southern area title, British title, or is it in
No. Soul, that's picking up titles, but like let him bed into the pros, let him have a few domestic fights this year, and then we'll look at titles towards the end of the year, early next year with Soul. It's a different trajectory with Johnny Fisher. Johnny Fisher's 21 years old, so we can, and he's inexperienced. He's got a load of potential. He can punch very hard, but right now he's potential. Soul, he's had a very good amateur career. Do you know what I mean? Very, very strong amateur career, and he's fought in the World Series of Boxing. So Soul's that little bit. That little bit ahead of him.
We'll look forward to see his debut. I can't wait for that. Let's talk about another fighter, Lisa Whiteside. Any news on her when she makes her return?
No, mate. I'm looking. I'm in the bubble this week, so I'm isolating as we can speak. So I'm going to speak to Eddie in the next couple of days and see if we can get Lisa a fight. I mean, we'd love the winner of. We want to fight Carly Skelly. That would be a great fight for Lisa, or Amy Timlin, someone like that. And maybe, listen, she's not going to get the winner of Courtney Ball, but maybe the loser, somebody like that. That's a great fight for Lisa. But Lisa's not going to have any easy fights. She's never asked for an easy fight, so she'll be thrown straight back in it as well.
I interviewed Carly, and she said there's you saw the video, I sent it to you. She said there's unfinished business there from the amateurs.
I was there in Liverpool when she boxed her in the I think, was it Liverpool? Yeah, it might have been Liverpool. Liverpool or Rotherham, I can't remember one of the two. But I was there when she fought Carly Skelly in the amateurs. Great fight.
So it'd be good to see the rematch there, especially if it's for the Commonwealth title. Title on the line always makes it a bigger fight.
Yeah, 100%.
Lerrone Richards, European title.
Lerrone Richards.
Lerrone
Richards is fight announcement imminent.
Is that fight, if you know already, is that an undercard fight, or would that be the main event?
Yeah, I should imagine top high up on a big card. I should imagine.
Amazing. Obviously, the main man. Let's talk about, actually, before Marku, Johnny Fisher. What's his mentality right now in the bubble? Obviously, it's new to him. How's
really relaxed. Really relaxed. I spoke to him a minute ago. He's really relaxed. Listen, again, we're very, very confident about him. We're very, very excited about him. But it's a lot of pressure on some young shoulders. You know what I mean? So we're taking it easy on him. Do you know what I mean? We're taking it easy on him, but we expect him to look very good at the weekend. He punches very, very hard. He's very enthusiastic. He's very agile, and he's a tremendous athlete.
We look forward to see what he's about, and obviously get more rounds in there as well, even after this fight. Let's talk about the main man now, Marku. There was that awkward stare yesterday when he saw Rylan.
Florian was like that every day. There was no awkward stare. He stares at me like that. No awkward stare with Florian. He's a lovely guy, to be honest, Florian. He's a really misunderstood guy. Like, I don't know whether you've spent time to speak to him, but he's a very humble, down-to-earth guy. But he's just a fighter. He's just a born-bred scrapper, and that's what he loves to do. And Saturday, he's got a point to prove on Saturday. He really has. It's like it's sink or swim for Florian, so we'll see on Saturday.
Yeah, I've got mutual friends with Florian, so they've said that he's such a nice guy as well. Don't look at the persona, what he's like on camera and stuff. You know, when you're in that zone, that's how he is. So, but I can tell by the interviews this week, he's got a point to prove, because I think it eats him alive, that draw in the last fight. And he's got a point to prove.
It pisses him off because it wasn't a draw, but I'm happy it happened to him. Because if he would have gone into it, there was cracks in that fight. There was problems. For me, I thought it was a terrible performance. So so in hindsight, I'm happy it's happened to him, even though he didn't deserve it. It's given him it's nothing. You can't take nothing for granted in boxing. It's not like tennis where you can win and win. It sets you back. So he's got a chance on Saturday to prove the doubt was wrong. And what better way to do it on one of the biggest platforms in world boxing?
Do you think? Obviously, he's fought in front of a crowd. He was on BT Sport before, on ITV4. Do you think because of the magnitude of the fight, AJ Pulev, it kind of got them a little?
No. I think not the best preparation, if I'm honest. Not the best preparation. Florian needs... People have to realise he's still a novice pro.
Yeah.
He's still a novice pro. He's new to this game. He's an experienced fighter, yeah? People are getting me to say he's an experienced fighter, but he's not an experienced professional boxer. So, but how can you not credit someone? He's brought his wife to Derby, away from where he lives in London, to train in a location he's not familiar with. He's took himself away, hard sparring, hard training, and he's in the best shape of his life. You wait till you see him on the scales. He is in unbelievable shape.
It's going to be an explosive fight because Ryland can hit as well.
Yeah, 100%. But listen, let me explain to you on that. I mean, he beat Joe Laws. He's not really beaten anybody else in that kind of manner before. And he's fought proper journeymen. Florian's beaten like people like Nathan Benden. Nathan Benden was coming off a big win against Levi... I forget his name. He's from the Steel City Gym, but he's not a bad fighter. Do you know what I mean? He's coming off a win. Yeah. Florian's been fighting people coming to win. Jamie Stewart, 2 fights, 2-0, whatever he is. He's undefeated.
I want your opinion on something as well. I obviously, it's been brought up to you a few times. I interviewed a few weeks ago Chris Congo. Obviously, there was that situation between last minute to get him in against Marku. He stated that, and in a few interviews, I went to watch it, Ryland has said, I'm not even a welterweight, I'm a small welterweight. And Marku's come under a little bit of criticism on why you fight in a small welterweight if you're in the welterweight division against the bigger guys.
Okay,
I want your take on that.
That's total bollocks. Look at Ryland Charlton's box rate. All of his fights are at welterweight. It's bullshit. He's just making excuses. He's going to get beat up on Saturday. That's all that is.
My colleague Jermaine, who's part of Bell's, part of Pound for Pound Boxing, he says, do you think Florian has to stop Charlton to get the win?
No, I'm not buying into that. Listen, the British Boxing Board of Control, which do you know what I mean? They're a good organisation. I just think there has been some piss poor scores lately, but I believe that he will get a fair share. I mean, the last one was a horror show, but that was one guy scoring it, not 3 judges.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I expect Florian to win by stoppage. So hopefully it's not going to go to that. But if it does, hopefully... Listen, the best man's going to win on the night. It's just like when I said to you with Joyce the bar, I was confident with Joyce. Florian Marku against Ryland Charlton. It's 2 explosive styles. The best man's going to win on the night.
It'll be a great fight. I think probably the fight of the night, probably.
Great fight.
What's your prediction of the main event?
Listen, I've seen Avanesyan up close. He's an animal. He is an animal. Yeah. Definitely certified beast. Josh Kelly is possibly in the top 3 most talented fighters I've ever seen in the gym. Natural ability. So Josh Kelly's got the potential to do whatever he wants in boxing because he's that good. I rate him that highly. If you're looking at past records, you say Avanesyan's the favourite. However, from what I'm just saying what I've seen of Josh Kelly, he's unbelievable. So if he produces what I've seen him produce, Josh Kelly will win the fight easily. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But on form, Avanesyan's the favourite. Do you understand what I mean by that? Avanesyan's the favourite. But as I say, if he does what I've seen him doing, I've spent a little bit of time with Josh Kelly. I was fortunate. When Joe was with Adam Booth, I was seeing Josh. He's a superstar. Like,
great movement.
It just needs bringing out. But so far in Josh's career, this is just a fact. There's been a lots of razzle, but not enough dazzle. Do you understand? But has Josh Kelly got the ability? unbelievable ability. One of the most talented fighters I've ever seen. And like, as I say, if he brings it out on the night, he will win the fight comfortably.
Do you think
if you stand and trade with Avanesyan, and that's a different story altogether. The man's an
100%, 100%.
Two great fighters, two really good fighters. It's such an intriguing fight because different styles. Avanesyan's a walk you down, punch you in your all over your body kind of guy. Josh Kelly is lots of flair. Do you know what I mean? So look, we'll see. But as I keep saying, on form, Avanesyan. Potential, Josh Kelly's I'm talking superstar status, quality. So it depends. If Josh Kelly comes out and does what I've seen him do in the gym, he'll win the fight. If he performs how he's done in, say, his last 2 fights, Avanesyan will win. Do you understand? It goes like that. So it's not that I'm sitting on the fence, but what I'm telling you is Josh Kelly is an unbelievable fighter. If he brings it out, you're seeing a superstar get born on Saturday.
Yeah, he looks in tremendous shape. I've seen the videos of him sparring and it being in the gym. He looks the best shape of his life. In your opinion, do you think what happened at Madison Square Garden was the best thing that could have happened to him?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I thought that was contentious as well. I thought Josh kind of nicked that fight, if I'm honest. But again, same with the Florian situation. Should be the best thing to ever happen to him. Because you can't take nothing for granted. Do you understand what I mean? I think Josh, the last few fights, has underperformed. Well, he has. I know he's underperformed from how good he is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, you should see him and Mick Condon training together in the gym. Stars, like proper.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I interviewed him 2 weeks ago, and the way he spoke about Josh, rates him so highly as well.
Yeah, Mick Condon is convinced he wins, but just like what I keep saying, if Josh, I'll keep saying the same thing again. If he fulfills his potential and shows what I've seen in the gym, just me, little old me, he will win the fight. Comfortable as well and look very, very good doing it. If he performs how he's performed in his last couple of fights, Avanesyan will win. Because Avanesyan is a proven beast.
Yeah.
He's a proven beast. I've not been like, because the Joyce Dubois fight, I don't like Joe fight weeks. Like I don't really enjoy fight. I get a bit hot and bothered. So the Joyce Dubois fight, I was like away with the fairies. This week, I've never been so looking forward to a fight week because there's so many great. Florian against Ryland is look, the best man's gonna win. The main event's unbelievable, and it's got my guy Johnny Fisher, who's got a very special story, making his professional debut, which is very. He was selling meat in a van during lockdown with his dad. He was doing his dissertation in Las Vegas when he was sparring Joe. This kind of thing wasn't really. It's like an unbelievable story. What's happened with Johnny? So yeah, it's a really special fight week for me and the team.
Jermaine says, do you think Josh maybe hasn't got up for the best lesser names? That's why we ain't seen the best of Kelly yet.
Do you think Josh maybe hasn't got up for the less? Maybe. This is what I mean. This is what I'm saying. Like Lerrone Richards, prime example. Lerrone Richards is going to perform, trust me, better when he fights better people, better opposition. And after this fight, I don't want to go in too far because he's got a big fight coming up for the European title. But afterwards, we want the big names of the super middle division. But going back to this question, yeah, possibly so. Maybe Josh is one of those people that has to be kind of scared to perform out of his skin. But like the noises I'm hearing from the camp, Josh's camp, Josh is on fire. So there's going to be no excuses for either side. But one thing is for certain, just because of Avanesyan's style and Josh's style, it's going to be a belter. It's going to catch fire sooner or later in that fight. And when it does, Japanese New Year.
Can't wait. It's going to be an amazing event. Obviously, one more question. We can't look past your opponent. What's the plan if Marku gets past Charlton? Is there anyone like maybe Congo Mackinson winner?
I know the plan for him, but Florian's sole job we'll talk about this after the fight. Florian's sole job is on Ryland Charlton. You can't underestimate him. He's come on. He's very, very confident. He's come off a great win against Joe Laws. We concentrate on that fight, and then we go from there.
If you was a boxing fan, you wasn't his manager, and you had a tenner, what round would you
You're
put
very
it
good
on?
at manipulating questions, you aren't you?
What is your prediction?
My prediction, if for Florian Marku against Charlton?
If you had to pick a round.
Oh, Florian inside the distance. Ryland's got slow feet. He's got slow feet, and he's nowhere near as fast as Florian. So if Florian... Listen, Ryland's got put-you-out power. You've seen he possesses very good power. Yeah. But Florian possesses put-you-out power as well. So it's a pick-em fight. Do you know what I mean? It's a pick-em fight. Some people are really heavily going Ryland. Some people are going Florian. So you're going to see a great fight. One thing's for certain about that fight. With Kelly Avanesyan, you could see a lot of pretty boxing and Avanesyan trying to force the fight. With Marku against Ryland Charlton, you've got two Chinese fireworks. So it's going to go off. Can't be a poor fight. It's going to be an unbelievable fight.
Can't wait. Sam, I want to say thank you for joining me today and giving me the time. I want to wish you and your fighters good luck for this weekend. Thank you, hopefully we get that Joyce news as well. Yeah,
no worries, mate. It's all coming soon, mate. It's all coming soon.
Can't wait. Take care, mate. Stay safe.
Take care, mate. In a bit.
Thank you.